Good morning everybody. This is the second class. The topic is types of financial concepts. Types of financial concepts in the particular subject of financial market and financial institution and services. In the first class we have already discussed regarding what is financial institution, what is financial market and what is financial services, and somehow to know about the what is financial instrument. But today's topic is understanding about the financial concepts. The understanding about the financial concepts means it can be divided into different aspects as regards to finance. One is financial asset, another one is financial intermediaries, another one is financial markets, another one is financial instruments, another one is financial rate of return. However, some points already I have discussed in the first class. First of all, I have to discuss regarding financial assets. If you talk about asset means anything which are used for future operation to the enterprise and belonging to the enterprise, that is called as a asset. Assets are generally two types. One is tangible asset, another one is intangible assets. Tangible assets, as already you know, which you can see, which you can touch, land, building, plant, machinery, these are the tangible assets. And intangible assets, which you cannot see, cannot touch, but you can feel it. That is called as a goodwill, trademark, copyright, patents. These are the intangible assets. But here, financial assets means generally two types. One is physical assets, another one is the financial assets. Physical assets means it cannot be used for the further production. Means if building is used for the business purposes, that is called as a financial asset. If building is used for personal use, that is not called as a financial assets. That is the basic difference between physical asset and financial assets. But in previous class, I have already discussed regarding finance means the commercial term of money, means the commercially use of any assets, that is called as a financial assets. For example, if the particular asset is used for marketable, and that is also called as a financial assets. Financial assets are generally divided into two parts. One is marketable assets, another one non-marketable assets. If you talk about marketable assets, in previous class I have already discussed regarding the what is market, but here the term is marketable. Marketable means there is another term is comes to our mind, that is called as a buying and selling. It means marketable means assets are called as shares, maybe bonds, maybe government securities, that may be called as GACC, or mutual funds, or debentures, or mutual funds also. Marketable assets, these may be or also follows as post office certificates, LIC schemes, bank deposits, public provident funds also. Means you can also purchase LIC schemes. There are different schemes are there. Money back policy, wealth plus, market plus of the LIC. Or in SBI life, there is maybe different types of policies are there. You may purchase for a fixed period of time. Some of the post office saving certificates are there. You may purchase some of the post office saving certificates for the term period. Or provident public provident fund, you have to deposit some certain amount in fixed duration and fixed time period. My dear students, if you talk about detailed classification as regards to financial assets on the basis of nature, it may called as cash assets, it may be debt assets, it may be stock assets. If I am concerned with cash assets or money assets, maybe it is called as money assets, there is a coins, currency notes and bank deposits. If you called as a debt assets, that may be called as a bonds or maybe debenture, which incur some sort of return like called as a interest. If you called as a stock asset, it may be, examples are equity shares, preference shares, fixed rate of dividends can be generated through the preference share, and equity shares after payment of dividend to the preference shareholders and other parties, other stakeholders, then equity shareholders getting some return with on equally basis. These are the overall concepts of financial assets on the basis of nature. Next terminology is financial intermediaries. My dear students, the financial concept can be divided into 5 parts. One is financial assets, another one is financial intermediaries, another one is financial markets, another one is financial rate of return, and last one is financial instruments or products. Among 5 terms as regards to financial concepts, the second number concept is financial intermediaries. The question is intermediaries. Intermediaries may be a body or a organization or maybe a individual or maybe any of a institutions, those who are bridge gap between the investors as well as institutions. Means financial intermediaries facilitates also financial transactions of individuals and corporate customers. My dear students, financial intermediaries are 2 types. One is capital market intermediaries, another one is money market intermediaries. Generally, if I am talk about capital market intermediaries, it means it relates to the long term funds. If I am talk about money market intermediaries, it is called as a relate to the short term funds. It means in detailed discussion, capital market intermediary means the long term loans or huge outlay of funds can be provided provided to the individuals or corporate bodies by the different financial institutions or corporations for upgradation of their business or maybe start of their business, that is called as a that type of long term funds who is a bridge gap between the two parties, that is called as a capital market intermediaries. So intermediary means maybe a bank, maybe a financial institution, or maybe any of a big business, big financial corporate houses. If I talk about money market intermediaries, I have already discussed regarding it is called as a short term funds facilitated to individuals. My dear students, individuals means any stakeholders who requires fund, these institution or these bodies can provide some sort of loans or any type of financial requirement can be fulfilled by these institutions. For example, banks. What is the role of a bank? Only accepting deposits and disbursement of loans. So these bank is called as a intermediaries, but it is covered under the money market intermediaries. But in capital market intermediaries, nowadays the names are to be changed. For example, some of the market intermediaries, the names or the persons or body or institution or organization, those who are facilitated, like example is lead manager, may be called as a lead manager, may be called as a bankers to the issue, may be called as a registrar or share transfer agents. These three, lead manager and bankers to the issue and registrar and share transfer agents, related to the at the time of IPO, these persons are involved very equipped with the issue management. Depositories, clearing corporations, these two persons are involved at the time of purchasing and selling of securities through online mode or dematerialization of shares. Depository, NSDL are there, CDSL are there, clearing corporation CCL are there, through which the shares can be purchased and transfer within a stipulated time period, T1, T2, T3 to T8 days. Another market intermediaries are examples are share brokers. You have already know about the share brokers. What is the role of share broker? And credit rating agencies who can rate the share. Underwriters who can undertake the at the time of issue of the share. Means those who are new company at the time of issue, these underwriters are equipped with their percentage of some of the shares of the particular new company. Means he is a one type of a investor, or he is a one type of security agency of a particular time of investment. Custodians, portfolio managers who can manage the bonds and debentures, and mutual fund managers, investment companies are called as a market intermediaries. My dear students, market intermediaries are two types. One is money market intermediaries, another one is capital market intermediaries. Money market intermediaries relates to short term funds or short term loans, or capital market intermediaries relates to long term funds. My dear students, among the 5 financial concepts, the third number of concept is financial market. In the first class, I have already discussed regarding the financial market. If we go through in somehow detail, the financial market are divided into generally two types. One is unorganized market, another one is organized market. Unorganized means there is no foundation of rules and regulation or principles, or there is no market legislations are applied these type of individuals or the type of institutions or the type of funds or these type of companies. These are not controlled by RBI. These are called as unorganized markets. So market examples are money lenders, indigenous bankers, one by one we have to discuss later on, traders, chit funds companies. These are not regulated by RBI. These are not regulated through SEBI or any type of financial regulators. But organized market, this can be divided into two parts. One is money market, another one is capital market. If you talk about money market, in previous class I have discussed money market is related to short term funds, capital market is related to long term funds. So money market, it is a one market, or it is a one section of a financial market. The financial instruments are to be purchased and sold in high liquid and short term maturities are to be traded. Means high liquid and short term maturity. It means it may be 14 days, it may be 72 days, it may be 84 days, or it may be 364 days of investment. Means within a 1 year. Means short term maturity is there, high liquidity is there, or it may be 1 year or less than 1 year also. As I have already stated, maybe as 14 days, 81 days, or 364 days, or it may be called as treasury bills, or another example is commercial paper also. My dear students, money market examples are treasury bills and commercial paper. Later on we have to discuss in detail way. First, you know it is a high liquidity market. But a money market is generally unregulated or informal market also. But capital market is fully regulated. Regulated means some of the principles are there, rules, regulations are there. The capital market And money, if you distinguish with the money market and capital market, the more regulatory imposition is related to only capital market, not in money market. If I am talk about Indian money market structure, generally it can be divided into, as I stated, unorganized sector, organized sector, another one is cooperative sector, means cooperative banks. Nowadays, recently, the RBI also stated that the cooperative banks are also under the purview of RBI. But previously, it is somehow differs from RBI, or some rules and regulations are to be relaxed by the RBI. But nowadays, it is the stringent rules are to be come up by the RBI that cooperative banks are also under his jurisdiction. If I am talk about in a broad way in organized sector, organized means rules and principles are there, where one is RBI, one is public sector banks, private sector banks, development institution, and DFIs also. And if I talk about banks, it may be scheduled, it may be non-scheduled, it may be Indian bank, it may be foreign bank. This is the overall Indian money market structure. But if I am go through the organized market, I am already using the term is organized. Organized means the regulatory purview. Organized means one is RBI is there, one is SEBI is there, who can look after the money market transactions. It means if you detailed way of organized, who are the really players of organized market, it may be called as a government. Government means central government, state government. Another one is DFHI, Discount and Finance House of India. What is the role of DFHI? Later on I have to discuss. Mutual funds, banks, commercial banks, public sector undertakings, insurance companies, NBFCs, and also SEBI. If I am talking about unorganized, where there is no rules, regulation, there is no government policies are to be imposed upon this type of market, these are called as an unorganized market. These are called maybe the indigenous bankers, money lenders. Big money lenders are there. On the basis of high rate of interest, they can provide some sort of loans to the individuals. High rate of interest. And unregulated non-banking financial intermediaries means chit fund. You know there are different chit funds are there, companies. And the problems are arises. The people are invest. Even if they are not getting back their principal amount, they can sell their dreams in the night with high rate of interest can be generated. You have to invest in these type of chit funds. If I am purchase one post office certificate in the post office, or I have deposit some sort of amount in the post office, the rate of interest is minimal. But in chit fund companies, where they are offering a huge rate of interest within a short period of time, these are called as an unorganized market. These are not regulated by the RBI or SEBI. And these are generally operated in urban centers. Nowadays it can be not only the confined to the rural sector, it also very much operate in urban centers or urban sector. If you talk about indigenous bankers, there are generally there are different types of names are there. Some are called as a Marwadis, some are called maybe called as a Kayas, or it may be called as Multani, it may be called as Sikhpuri, it may be called as you may call as Gujaratis. You may call as Gujaratis are good in business. Means good in business means these are chetris or serfs. These are called as a unorganized market players. If my dear students, first I have covered the financial asset, second financial intermediaries, third financial market, and next one is the financial instruments. As already discussed regarding last class, instruments means this is the financial claim on assets. Instrument means it may be cash or cash equivalents which are used for production or consumption or further creation of assets. It may be called as cash, bank deposits, shares, debentures, bonds, investment, building, gold. These are the gold is a very good asset nowadays. It incurs a high amount of return. These financial instruments or may be called as a financial securities. It is divided into two parts. One is primary or direct securities or maybe secondary or indirect securities. Primary or direct securities means directly these securities directly sold to the public, means issue of IPO. You see, the IPO can be advertised in the newspaper and TV channels and other ways and means through which the public subscription can be occurred. This is called as a direct securities. Secondary or indirect securities means some of the issues through some of the intermediaries. Intermediaries means, for example, I'm called as a UTI, Unit Trust of India. Some of the schemes they have offered. Schemes means there are different types of financial schemes or mutual fund schemes are they have offered. Or some of the HDFC securities, it is an intermediary through which you can purchase some of the securities or some of the mutual funds. Kotak Mahindra securities through which means through this institution you can purchase some of the securities or shares or bonds. If I am talking about financial instruments, it may be short term, it may be medium term, it may be long term. But whatever it may be, financial instruments generally two parts. One is primary, another one is secondary. Primary is a direct, secondary is a indirect. And it may be further divided into short term, medium term and long term securities. These financial instruments are established with some sorts of liquidity, means the basic characteristics is liquidity and risk, maturity. Liquidity, risk and maturity means some of the securities are more liquid and more riskier. The concept says where there is a risk, there is return. Where there is no risk, there is no return. It means if you invest in high risk assets or high risk level of financial securities, you may get some of the return. My dear students, financial securities, if you talk about characteristics, it may possess some value and it is easily transferable and it is maybe a riskier and it may be liquidity one. This is the fourth item is called as a financial instruments and financial securities. I have recapped my topic. The concept of financial terms, one is financial asset, another one is financial intermediaries, another one is financial markets, another one is the financial instruments or financial securities, and last term is financial rate of return. Rate of return means if you called as sum of the profit, or if it may be called as sum of the yield, it may be called as sum of the capital appreciation. If I am talking about financial rate of return, there is a two types of bonds are there. If I may invest in the capital market, one may be the government bond, another one is the corporate bond. One may be the government bond, another one is the private sector parties. Those who are issuing such type of bonds are may be called as a corporate bonds. Government bonds, fixed rate of return can be incurred, but corporate bonds, you cannot be counted as a fixed rate of return. It is based upon the interest rate structure, or some of the market forces are there, some of the risk exposures are there through which the corporate bonds interest rates are to be changed. If you called in today's date, the pandemic situation, the coronavirus, or in this situation, or in the particular corporate bonds rate of interest are to be degraded, or it can be fallen down due to this international environment is totally changed, interest rate is changed, or different types of market forces are, market forces means some of the cause and effect relationship are to be established through this financial rate of return. My dear students, if I talk about financial concept, that may be the financial market, financial asset, financial intermediaries, financial rate of return, and financial instruments. And thank you. If I'm in these two classes, there is some of the important questions are there. One is, what do you mean by financial market? Second, give 4 examples of credit instruments of money market. Third, state the meaning of capital market. Fourth, mention the organization that are part of the organized market, money market in India. Thank you. If any doubt, if any question, you can ask me. Thank you.